All right, hello everybody. Welcome to VRML here on Channel 1, and we're here at the, well, technically the Echo Northland here in Toronto. But this, a little bit outside the scope. Tournaments are over for the first day. Day 2, of course, will continue tomorrow. But we figured, hey, casters are here in Toronto, the Radisson Blue. We've got the players here. I'm pointing at them, believe me. Here in the Radisson Blue. So over on, well, the blue mats will be the Echoholics, although it looks like orange in the game. Money Mitch, this is going to be a fun time, I think, here. A nice opportunity to cast a VRML match, kind of in the off time.
I just want to say how amazing of an opportunity this is right now. I mean, right now my body clock says it's like 3 a.m. But
yeah, you made a trip.
I got a message saying, "Do you want to cast with Palidore?" Like, why would you say no to that? Like, who needs sleep? Here I am.
I can make a lot of reasons for that, but I do appreciate it.
No, stop it. This is an absolutely legendary opportunity for me because at this point, I've done about 5 casts, and you've done well over 1,000 at this point.
I mean,
yes, yeah.
1,600. Who's counting? Not enough this season, to be honest. But you know, there's nothing like a good land to just reinvigorate the casting bones, if that's such a thing, and get back into it, because these are some of obviously the most well-known players here in Echo. Been around for multiple seasons now, and just to have them in person, to get the real-life cameras on them, which you guys will see in the replays there, it's a fun time. So I'm looking forward to this one.
Awesome. Are we getting ready up here? I believe we're...
The teams are in. You're good?
Teams have been pinged, it looks like.
Alright, we're starting, guys.
By pinged, I mean just kind of waved them and said, hey, start. So, everyone there in the Twitch, which is to say, Conda, what's up, Ice Chiller, Zakinsko, Lily Dash, Quang, and Bay. Hey. So the only player you will not see on the cameras here today for the Echoholics will be Sir Captain Spoon. He is over yonder in Vermont. So we'll be 3 of the 4 Echoholics you see here playing live, and yeah, we'll see how that makes a difference as well. They'll have very consistent pings among these 3, if anything. And so with that, it looks like they're ready to go. So again, thank you guys for joining. I'm Palidore, casting with Money Mitch. We've got Echoholics, we've got Andromeda, and it's about to start here in the first round.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Here we are going into this first round here. Lights out and away we go. The neutral joust. We have a headbutt clear forward there, and we have Echoholics thickness. No, apologies. Andromeda, grab a hand on that and clear that forward deep into the bubble with Echoholics, and they are going for a very early opportunity to try and get that in. It bounced on the backboard but goes out wide, but Andromeda find themselves in possession now, moving around the bubble and resetting back there.
Oh, nice pass.
There we go, AB Chew 2 unfortunately gets the credit for that self-goal.
Unfortunately, I think maybe he's a little bit spoiled by the land scenario there. Of course, a saver of lives here in the goal. Anytime he's in the goal, he's usually creating some havoc there for the other team. But, back to the online game now, and he's going to get those Chicagos. Hey, he might be in Toronto, but the game is not.
Echoholics are moving forward with some possession now, moving to the end of Andromeda, and they have unfortunately lost. Now they pick up the possession again, but the stuns are coming in quickly. They get a slap forward, and they just picked up a stunned out again as the stack is moving very quickly for Andromeda as they're throwing that forward and looking to pick up the clear they've just made, and a shot on an open goal. Oh, unfortunate how that just stings out.
Oh, well, resetting into the mid lane and subscribing is retapping it back, so it's back into the shoulder as it's picked up by the stack coming in off the back, and it's a good goal for AB Chew, who has been fiery hot across the matches here today at LAN, and is carrying over to the VRML side too, it looks like.
Yes, AB Chew getting credit for a goal in the other goal this time, as we have Andromeda preparing to come out with their possession. Joust, they come out of tubes now, and the QB high this up, it gets stunned out. That is unfortunate.
It's a land stack for you right there.
Yeah, as they are backing up to defend the goal here, and that is a pass down below bubble. Echoholics are setting up right now to try and get this in, and it's defended very well by Andromeda here, trying to get it out, but they're fighting against the force that's beating them, Sir Captain Spoon puts that in, assist by A.B. Shutu. What a goal.
Yeah, very nice recovery off of some initially rugged passes there, but they got some good close-range grabs, got the disc back first, and then the good communication to find the Spoon Man, their captain there up top, for the almost guaranteed goal. He is dangerous when it comes to those close-range shots.
Yes, we have Andromeda moving forward here now as they are passing it deep. They're underneath the bubble. We have Viper moving in, trying to get a cup. It's read. It's read very well by Smooth Riding, who clears it out and gets it stuck in mid.
And now Pi getting stuck there with a stun. Off it goes into the blue lane, bouncing high. Sir Captain Spoon, breakaway play. All four Echoholics there, and they collect it, send it. They had all the time in the world. You might hear that they're quite happy about that in the background as well.
Yeah, I hope that's picked up on the mics there. They were really enjoying that. They were really enjoying that. And here we have Andromeda again with the possession joust. Let's see how they play this as they pick it up. Passing it over to the right tunnel where we have C-Shocker resetting it back over to Pi. Pi collects that very well. Break, check as he throws it forward. Over to the left. It's now a loose disc and it's picked up on the back line by Echoholics.
Some good initial control there, but then the errant pass caused them the possession, so possession going back to Smooth Riding. Smooth from the bottom of the wedge will approach. Encroaching as well is true, but well defended on that right side, so instead, weaving around, and no make-believing, that is real. A real good shot.
That was smooth. That was smooth. That was a nice knocking move into the goal to give them 2 more points on the board. They find themselves with a 6-point lead here, forcing Andromeda to have another possession. Joust by taking their time a little bit there, getting over to the right tunnel with C-Shocker finding a pass down on the left, and that connects with Viper. Viper taking a shot on the goal, but it's dinging out as Echoholics are looking to defend themselves and clear this out.
And clear they do, but it's picked back off by Blue. Pi with a disc, and there's still plenty of time here. Momentum in the favor of the Echoholics, certainly, but that could change in an instant with this much time left. Although an instantaneous stun and steal right back off of those passes and through that tunnel again.
Yeah, so Echoholics are moving forward and they are sending in a 3-point. Just like that, the game can turn around and they're putting another 3 points on the board for themselves, extending their lead. The score is now 11-2 to Echoholics.
Chu has been on another level here, and well, I guess I should say for the second land in a row. Although again, this second is not a land, but he's impressed in these real-life performances across the last few months for sure. But right now on these rollouts, a lot of struggle here going for Andromeda. I feel like they just need that one goal to go and get back in the game.
Yeah, so Captain Spoon finds the goal open, and he finds the shot go in. That's 3 more points. This is a bit of a walk away at this point. I don't want to jinx anything, but they are collecting those 3 points back to back.
It's one of those cases still yet, though. I look at the clock, I see 12-point difference. I see 4.5 minutes. The momentum continuing to be obviously in the favor here of Echoholics, but again, 1 shot away. They just need to get it through that mid-line. These stacks, though, have been just brutal in terms of Echoholics being able to speed right into the front line and get those discs over and over. And another breakaway goal. It's Chu, but the ding instead picked right back up by Chu. And a 2! Oh, wow. That was another nice recovery off of initially the miss. They've been doing great just to, again, find the disc back on the rebound, and then they got the right pass to go after all.
Yeah, Andromeda are getting caught here with an open goal a few times as we have these 3-point attempts going in from Echoholics. Let's see how the possession just looks here as Pi passes it over to the right tunnel. Once again, we have C-Shocker holding this, waiting for the pressure. The pressure comes in and he finds the pass over to his teammate, and Andromeda are moving forward towards the bubble, taking themselves forward into the game towards the bubble, passing around, taking their time. There's no rush in how they're playing now.
Yeah.
They're just trying to settle down and get some control of this game as they're now moving to the bubble. There's a beautiful nice, beautiful finish.
You said it, control. That is what I love to see there from Andromeda. The one they needed. Finally, they got it through that midline. They were having a lot of struggle with it, and once they did, they showed that great discipline and the accurate pass work as well, weaving around that Echoholics defense, and they got rewarded for it. Nice control.
Echoholics coming out here for their possession joust. They get over to the right tunnel, but it's contested straight away. As that is a 3-point attempt coming in there from Andromeda as they set up again, and they are pressing on this open. Oh, unfortunate how it doesn't go in.
Oh man, the momentum there is starting to shift though. The time, fortunately, in the favor of Echoholics still. The misplay there on the ding and back into the blue. Smooth and Co trying to stack up to the front. Chu getting stunned there and just missing tough angle, and off of a stun it will ding. But there's the stack sailing again, just overshooting a little bit on the read. Sir Captain Spoon the slap over, nearly hitting 2 teammates, but they will eventually recover. Now Smooth will approach that goal. It's gonna be just the one-on-one. Does not get it done because it's a cork being put in by that goalie, and it's a fantastic defensive stand here from Andromeda. They're building momentum.
Yeah, it is incredible defense there. Incredible defense. They did their job to remove the threat that they had on them. And we have Andromeda picking this up again now, flowing it forward and picking up their clear as they now find themselves in the bubble with the disc, and C-Shocker puts that away. This is great momentum change here for them.
And what a nice finish that was too. Wasted no time. In one smooth motion, recovered the disc, made a turn, and well, watched it burn. So with 1:30 left in this round, it's still looking like Echoholics will have control of the round. But the question is, do they have the momentum going into the second? They definitely going to need some plays here to re-establish their foothold.
Yeah, let's see how this plays out. We have a loose disc here on the side of Andromeda as this is cleared through. And now Andromeda are picking this up right now, and they're putting pressure on the bubble. If they can collect this right now, they can set up and make something happen here as they pass back to Diamond.
Nice.
Move it in, and that is red in the bubble.
I like the ideas. Again, they're trying to show that disc control, but they did get lost by that diver of the defense. And once again, same thing. Chu going way outside the goal as it's sent way deep down the floor, stacking together, and nicely done by Vipin and Co to secure the disc. 43 seconds left. It's another turnover though, but a stun. And the speedy stacks here now of Andromeda is starting to show that they can be just as fast.
Yes, they're playing very fast, and defensively they've really changed. I'm not sure what they've changed. They've changed something in the past few minutes. Oh, speaking of which, what a great save we have there from Pi. He clears that forward, gets into the middle zone. That's picked up by Vipin. Vipin fancies his chances. He sends that in. That wasn't too far off. That could have gone in, and he goes in for a second go. And this is now loose.
And unable to make that shot, but they will get another shot at it. But for too long, it will be cleared out the right lane. Picked back by Pi. And Pi with a pass down below. Couldn't quite reach the target, so it looks like indeed a 10-point victory here in the opening round for Echoholics. Still at least another 10 minutes to go. And as we saw there, Mitch, the shot attempts, the control that they had for Andromeda on the orange side of the floor going into the last few minutes of the game, a lot different from the first 7 or so. So round 2 can be entirely different.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if it's if Echoholics were running away where they were counter QBing, if they were just on point with that and they were just really like holding them there and using that momentum, or if Andromeda, if I've been pronouncing that name wrong, I apologize. Andromeda.
Tomato, tomato.
I feel like they changed something there because their defense just switched on there. They were back in the bubble in time. Maybe it was the speed, as you mentioned, actually. They got back quickly.
Yeah, their stacks were definitely being a lot more efficient there. Not only stopping the Echoholics stacks, but also just speeding up their own, getting to the grabs a little bit faster, and not allowing quite as many breakaway plays to go. So definitely an important factor. And again, just the offensive launches, being able to address the issue that they had about getting it through that midline at first, and just find a way to do that. Once they did, we saw their pass work a lot better.
Yeah, 100%. And also, they showed that they fancied their chances with the 3-pointers. There was a lot of 3-pointers going in towards the goal, so they have the potential for that.
And so going into round 2 now, a pair of points for C-Shocker and Schrodinger Dog. Couple assists for Pi, couple of saves for Pi, making it look easy as. But meanwhile, here goes the launch on the neutral joust. And let's see, Echoholics here. Again, I feel like they need to reestablish some foothold and show up in this first minute with a goal or two, or else they might be in trouble just based off the end of the last round.
Trouble indeed as these shots are just coming in, and here we have a goal 18 seconds into the second round. We have C-Shocker putting that in.
And
Andromeda.
And props to Andromeda and Sea Shocker, because again, despite the fact that they lost the first round, you can clearly see there is a lot of fight in this dog, in this Schrodinger dog, as the case may be. They are not looking to go to sleep early here, not at all.
We have Echoholics coming out here. Passing over to left tunnel where we have Sir Captain Spoon. Sir Captain Spoon throws this out and it is picked up by someone on Echoholics. We have a loose disc here, and Andromeda are fighting to get some control over and move this forward. They're picking this up right now, challenged by a stack who Vipen is able to dance away from and get the pass over to their teammates. Pi now holds us on the back line.
And Pi will back it out, send it forward now to Schrodinger Dog. Pass waywards, one cross, but a good dive there from Ricard, taking disc, sending it over. Now the stacks meeting it halfway. Ricard another heave down the floor. Maybe one more stack could get them that one goal to start. It's Chu with a disc, Chu with a pass, and a bounce wayward into the top of the ceiling there as Ricard now gets it, passes, and a bit strong, some mustard, but collected once more. Maybe the third time's a charm, and they will cause great harm. It's Chu, it's a 2.
Yeah, Brakara is really putting in the work there. They had a lot of possession time there, and they made those opportunities come about as they collect the assists in that play.
And with that, tying it up, but look at that. I mean, again, the pace now, definitely different than the first round at this juncture. I mean, we are at 1 goal a minute. It's tied up, and possession here going to, once again, Andromeda, who have been able to get it through that midline a lot more, as I jinx it there. But they're looking like they'll recover, and they do that indeed for a second. But what a snag there from Smooth. That's gonna be almost a 3. Oh, a heartbreaker as they'll collect it and settle for the 2-pointer instead.
Yes, they made it work in the end there. AB Chu 2 puts that in for 2 more points on the board, putting them into a 2-point lead. Let's see if they can put Andromeda on the back foot like they did early on in the first round.
And hey, I mentioned Chu's performances today at the during the LAN earlier here in day 1. Again, this is a VRML match, not the part of the LAN event, but we have Echoholics here, so we're casting him. But Chu's been on fire. He's got 9 points, tied there with Sir Captain Spoon for their team.
Sea Shocker passes over to Viper. Viper moving into the bubble right now and trying to make something happen. He does! He puts that in very close to the goal there. Getting past the goalie. Viper, 2 more points, equaling out the game here. 4-4.
I love what I saw from Vipen there too on the dive. He was looking for initially that pass potentially, and as well as keeping an eye on the defense who were zooming in, but just gave the lookaways, and still had that wherewithal to finish the 2-point shot at the end. It's hard keeping that concentration sometimes with all that going on at once.
Yeah, good spot. Good spot. That being able to think like that, and wow, it's all happening so fast. Sea Shocker puts that in.
Well, you know what? That's a key word though, Money. The quickness, the difference in pace that we've seen just from their stacks here, and being able to get those opportunities now that they did not have in the first round for Andromeda. Excellent job to score quickly a couple times in a row now.
Yeah, very true. Echoholics coming out here now. They're finding themselves with a 2-point deficit here. Can they close this up as the disc finds itself in the bubble of Andromeda? And Andromeda player throws this forward over to Sea Shocker. Sea Shocker holds this, clearing this forward. Do we have a stat to collect that? We have someone. We have Viper passing it over to Clock, and Pi finishes that off.
And Pi making it look easy as, essentially, as they now take an 8-4 lead, but I said it about Andromeda in the last round, this juncture in fact, and I'll say it now again for Echoholics here. They've got all the time in the world. Just to say 5.5 minutes is basically an eternity in Echo. They still have a lot of opportunities here to get back on the scoreboard and feeling that momentum, but they certainly got to stop it soon.
Yeah, I can't imagine them being too stressed out with the situation. Everything is like, that in! Oh my word! That was 20 meters away. That was a backboard bounce in. 3 points. That puts them only 1 point behind on the score.
I was turning my head over to the right to look for Spoon, and then it made me sad. But Spoon not here at the LAN, but that was a great shot.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. And here we have Andromeda moving forward as there is red by Barakabur.
Oh my Kara! See you tomorrow. That was swift like Taylor.
That was beautiful. Bakara is turning up in this game. They're having some beautiful moments here, and that was one of them. Probably the highlight of the match so far, as we have Andromeda coming out. Now defending himself, just catching that out. I believe that was on target, as we have Pi clearing that through. Do we have a stack from Andromeda to collect this loose disc that they just set up on the half of Echoholics? Echoholics gets a hand on that, throws it forward, and we have a loose disc.
And the disc loose there, Bakara and Co. Will be actually Sir Captain Spoon. Everyone, it turned from essentially one Echoholics player there in that bubble, and then all of a sudden, almost like Star Wars, essentially, all the ships came in at once, and there they were, right for the taking on the goal.
Yeah, this is a very fast game, and that was an example of the speed there as all the players got up there so quickly. Here we have Pi as QB, taking the time passing over to the right tunnel where we have C-Shocker. Finding the pass down on Trench, but down there also was Bakara, sorry, I read that really quickly and I couldn't pronounce it quite right. Now it's passed over to the right,
I think
where Pi holds that.
I think that was our president like 8 years ago or something. But that's it.
Okay.
Chew.
Sorry, I'm from the EU, you know, it takes time for me to get these jokes.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I mean, if I was... Oh, as Pi makes a shot there, that was Prime like a minister. Now, I was going to say, if you asked me about Prime Ministers, so many changes lately, I couldn't tell you either, so you're fine there.
Wow, you are up to date with global politics. Listen to that. Palidore.
I read Reddit, that's about it.
6, 5.
Here we have Echoholics finding themselves with 2 points up. 3 minutes left on the second round. They're passing it over to the left tunnel where we have Sir Captain Spoon passing it over to Bakara. As we run and sending that in very quickly. What a turnaround. That was 11 seconds since they launched. They put that in and they find themselves 4 points up. If they keep this up, they are saying no to a third round.
And we've really seen that seesaw of momentum here across the rounds. It's gone in favor of one team, it's gone in favor of the other, but now Echoholics back in their favor, back in control by 14 to 10 difference. And there'll be still a couple minutes left to spare, but we see them snare another shot. That's going to be a boop that just misses off. It looks like, but bounces off that corner. Dangerous situation. And, well, Sir Captain Spoon with a disc. That's usually a dangerous situation, but C-Shocker shock to the system and sends it out.
Andromeda are doing very well here on the defense. They get this out. It's still in their half. It's out of the bubble, but still in their halves. They're fighting and clawing their way to get a bit of possession here. But Smooth riding, collects that pass over to his teammate very quickly there. Sir Captain Spoon tries to get that through, and Echoholics are setting up again.
And Bakara now with the disc will try to make it a pass there and assist right back to Bakara with a goal! Wow. Gets it, and they are just shaking it off like Taylor. That deficit from before, they've taken full control now, and a very smart pause coming in from Andromeda. I love to see that because they realize the score, they realize the clock, they realize it's now or never. Let's talk this through.
Yeah, Palidore, what do you think Andromeda are talking about right now? What are they speaking about?
You know, I would normally say in these situations, you kind of want to address who's doing the most damage, what's doing the most damage against you, but also what players are doing the most damage on the other team, and just kind of figure out how to stifle them. Well, the problem is here, all the Echoholics are getting on the scoreboard. They're all getting plenty of assists. I mean, Sir Captain, not unusual to see him leading the way with 14 points there, but not far behind. Abchu with 9 and 4 assists as well. So Smooth 4 and 2, Bakara 5 and 2. So the thing is, any hot hands they stop, they're able to find those assists and find someone else to make the goal. So at this point, I think it's just more so about making sure that they can stop the stacks, importantly, get either their own stack going or just get those leeches a little bit quicker, and basically just act as fast as they can to get their offense going again like they had in junctures, at the end of round 1 and the first half of round 2.
Yeah, that's where my mind went. Towards the end of the first round, they really turned that momentum round with just the speed they had. They were back in time and they were forward in time to set up and take those opportunities as they came up.
And just a quick hello to Twitch chat as well. Saw Doc Education in there, who's also Echoholic. And great to see you, Doc. Just the same as I said about Spoon. Miss ya. Be great to see you here at one of these events here in the future for sure. Love us some Doc Education. What's up to Kiwi Berry? Also joining in, looks like Bay being very helpful there and answering the questions. But yeah, Echoholics, at least 3 of the 4 Echoholics here in Toronto, Canada, right along with us on the casting end of things. And also, as I shamefully seem to have forgotten to mention earlier on, Newton Dad, of course, or Newton Dash.
Who?
Newton Dash, here on the cams, who definitely did not have to. He's been camming all day, but you know what? He came through for his Echoholics crew, and happy to cast this non-land match before we get going on our actual land matches again tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, massive shout out to Newton Dash, who's done a phenomenal job, working tirelessly. How many hours at this point? Too many hours, he says.
What's that? 2 hours? That's it? Oh. Too many.
But yeah, definitely worth shouting out. We need to say this because people don't realize how much work goes into the production side of these kind of things, especially running cams. Like, you need to be switched on for this. If anything goes AWOL a little bit, you need to be on it to fix that very quickly, and everything's run very smoothly today.
And it's also one of those cases too where just on my note, I mean, I love casting obviously, but I always considered it the more cushy job in comparison. Well, we've had a bunch of different casters here live in Toronto, cycling in and out of the casting booth. It's on the camera end of things. It's often the case, just 1 to 2 cameramen for these events, and for most of the time it's been 1, and it's Newton Dash. So it's definitely an appreciated effort there he puts in. Well, on that note, timeout has expired, and we've got less than 90 seconds, in fact, for Andromeda to put some magic together. That's not going to get it done as a turnover occurs.
That is not what they want. Smooth riding. Pocket picked that, moved it forward, and his teammates are now sitting around the bubble, and that is forced in, extending their lead. This is not looking good for Andromeda.
Yeah, Force is right. I guess going back to the Star Wars references from earlier on, it definitely used the Force of the Chicago on the Toronto. But that said, it's, with less than 60 seconds now remaining, 8 to 10 is looking pretty secure in the hands now, 18 to 10 for Echoholics. But do note, we are following them back to back as they do have another match against Average Joes in the next several minutes.
Yes, Andromeda still fighting here, as they send this all the way into the bubble of Echoholics. Echoholics are looking to defend this now, and it looks like Smooth Riding's about to get their hand on it, but they're beaten to it. We have C-Shocker now setting up on the back line, moving towards the bubble, passing it up to his teammate who's up higher there, retreating back to the cloud, and I think that was a pass that just went off as it clipped the smallest gear in the arena. That's really unfortunate. This disc is still loose as the stacks retreat back and don't quite pick that up. So Captain Spoon sends us over to his teammates. Smooth Rider gets over to AB2. He puts it in for another 2.
And how efficient have they been with those type of plays? We've seen that back to front pass from one side of the goal to the other a handful of times here, and a couple of times they were saved, to the full credit of Andromeda, but more often than not, great offense will do damage on a great defense. And showing a lot of fight there was Andromeda, but Echoholics, they came to play. Literally, they're over there.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the stats as well, and the amount of assists on the side of Echoholics is impressive.
Yeah.
AB Chew 2 having 4 there, but not the only one with the high number of assists. The Smooth Riding comes in with 3 as well. It's cool.
And what I noticed too, I mean, even on the plays that the Andromeda players, or the points they have on the board too, they're all assisted as well, as you can see, with 3 of the 4 players with 2 assists, and Vipin with 1 there, but everyone contributing to the score sheet, everyone contributing to the assists, contributing to the saves as well. I mean, it's definitely a great effort from Andromeda, to a team effort that is, just as well. Unfortunately, it's just, again, game of momentum, and those seesaws were just a little bit too much in the favor of Orange on this occasion.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be too down if I was Andromeda, because they had beautiful moments in that. They had beautiful moments that, I don't know if it's just a little tweak here, a little tweak there, but they could just level up their game, and they just showed so much potential there.
And shout out as well on that note to the fact that all the players stayed in, said GG's extended past the end of the buzzer there, so you like to see that sportsmanship for sure, and camaraderie here in Echo. But with that note, we will take a little bit of a break, not too long though, because Echoholics, they're going to recharge and refuel with what, I don't know, but enough of something to set this room on fire. We're going to see one more match here from the Echoholics against Average Joes right after this short break. Hello everybody, welcome back to VRML Channel 1. We are here once again live in Toronto at the Echo North LAN. This match, however, a VRML match outside the context of a LAN. But we do have 3 of the 4 Echoholics players playing tonight. Just about 10 feet, maybe a little longer, to my right. We've been hearing them on the mics, we've been seeing them in real life, we've been enjoying ourselves here at Echo North. And so we figured, let's keep the fun going here on day 1 of it and cast their match, because hey, we're here and we're ready to go.
I'm just going to reiterate right now, it's 10 p.m. in Toronto, which means it's...
Night is young.
It's... I should be asleep right now.
I'm sorry, I'm
so...
speaking for myself, but
Okay.
Yeah, how are you? Are you jet lagged at all on that note? Or?
Yeah, incredibly.
Oh boy.
But I wasn't going to give up on this opportunity to cast a game live with some of the players right here. It's an incredible opportunity.
Yeah,
And I'm looking forward to the second game we're going to be watching.
I remember the same kind of thing at Tyroland back in February when we did that, and you made the trip as well. It's like, that's some dedication right there. But you know what? You can verify now because you're a return land goer. You can verify it's worth the trip. It's such a fun time coming to these.
Yeah, the best things about it is the people that you meet. I remember having a conversation with Doc Education when we were at that LAN.
Yeah.
About casting this kind of thing. But anyway, talking of casting, here we are going into the first round, and lights out and away we go as we have Average Joe's coming out strong here, headbutting that forward, and this is now a loose disc in the end of Echoholics. Average Joe's get a bit of a grip on that, and they are moving forward right now. We have Potato Thing moving into the bubble and taking a shot there. There's Potato Thing putting that goal in 14 seconds into the first round.
Fired that off like a potato cannon. What an arm, and caused the great harm. That's the first 2 points, but that is worth more than its weight in potatoes and value.
Shout out to Potato Thing. I'm pretty sure you used to be EU. I'm pretty sure I've seen you around in the EU region. But
as you're well aware, borders don't matter in these matches. You're here, and I'm here. Neither of us are even from here in this country. So you know what? Maybe he made a move. He made a move.
no, I think they did. I think they did move over to NA, and it's amazing to see them competing in that region. And speaking of competing, we have these 2 teams competing very well. It's just back and forth, and ABC. AB2 takes that shot into the bubble, but it doesn't go the way they wanted to.
And don't worry, I don't think there's a name in the book you can call true that he hasn't been called by me even. The man of many variations of the same very name. As Smooth right in and takes that disc and sends it to AB Chow. There's a new one. It's back though into the bottom of the floor as these stacks come through. It's a shot, it's a miss, and the stacks now retreating. The defense in the goal and recovery. Hostile with a lot of hostility nearby. Manages to find a partial clear into a nice recovery from Potato Thing. Down the ramps they go. Efficient with these dribbles, but just overshot and missed that disc.
Yeah, Savage Joe's are really putting the aggression on here. They are 2 points up, and they are looking to extend that as they're working very hard right now to maintain their possession. But speaking of, Brakara steals that for her own team. AB2 looking to take another attempt on that goal.
Am I bad for the word snakes? But I do it what I want. This is a draconian kind of system here as Chu gets it going in. Excellent job there again to tie it up and calm it down a little bit.
You're amazing. They've leveled out the game now. That was a lovely assist by Smooth Riding. We saw in the game we watched earlier where we had Echoholics playing. They got a lot of assists on the board, and perhaps that's the strategy they're trying to do here as well.
And now Marcus G-Funk with the pass over to Potato Thing. Potato down below. Excellent accuracy on the passes thus far. Didn't jinx it, and they'll not sink it. Oh, unfortunately, it did everything right in the books except the finish, but they did get a recovery, only to be stunned out, lost again, and bouncing, ricocheting to the midline, off of the station, and taken by Chu, who does have a lane, has a player, has a shot. Chu is hot. And when I say that, I'm looking at him right now, and he's looking pretty good over there.
I really thought about that.
They're doing phenomenal. The energy in the room is amazing. Hearing these players celebrate just to my right here.
I don't know if you caught that on strict, but Chu said he had to really think about that one.
Wow, this is some return fire by the Average Joes. They're making opportunities here as they're moving into the bubble, and we have some movement there by It's Hostile. and it ends back up with Potato Thing moving into the bubble, and wow, that is a connection over to the Dirty Mustard, another player who I believe has played in the EU region as well.
You know, I think you're so jet lagged, you might be just confused.
Maybe I'm just insane, yeah.
Oh, we all are to a degree. Sorry, I'm speaking on my own again. Anyway, it's a 5-4 game here, and very well done so far for both teams to stabilize a bit so that the scoring pace a little slow to start off, but again, that's part of the figuring out process on the pace. As Potato launches, it's good!
There's nothing average about them. They are doing insane here as they find themselves 2 points up. In this round. This is a lot of goals considering we haven't even got to the half point of the first round.
Just trying to make sure, chat. 'Cause I hear you. It's been a while. I'm sorry. I don't see any other word syncs beyond Draconian. Were there? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Here we have Sir Captain Spoon with possession here on their own half. Echoholics are trying to get their way through mid. They don't quite make it as it's Hostile gets a hold on that, taking that long shot onto the goal. It dings from the backboard as Echoholics spin out.
And now everyone looking for their latches on those chains. It will be Funk having it stolen. Sir Captain Spoon sailing in, and a few ping-pong pinball bounces. Goes the way, though, of Hostile. Collects that disc and just slings it on over to Potato. Potato likewise now down the floor again. I'm very impressed by the pass work here we've seen from their squad.
Yeah, incredible passes. And that's another pass coming through now. It's us.
Wow.
Hostile passing into the bubble. That's 2 more passes. Oh, they put that in the goal. Potato Thing putting that in assist by the Dirty Mustard. They're now 4 points up.
And that was indeed dirty, but at the same time, so clean. Clip that, because that was an absolutely incredible series of just calm, collected, and accurate, and importantly, accurate passes that occurred there. There were, what, 5, 6, 7 of them to make that goal happen?
Quick passes and all of them connected beautifully as we have Average Joes again putting the pressure on, trying to make that long shot, but Echoholics are picking it up themselves as they throw this through, and it's picked up on the back line again by Average Joes.
And Potato Thing with a clear down the floor will be taken right back by Spoon. Spoon, a juke or 2, and sends it over to Smooth. Smooth right below the boots. Oh, but losing the handles there, and Potato Thing bouncing it, picked by Smooth. Smooth back up on the floor with a shot out, but stuffed out, and Hostile clears.
Yeah, the intention was there. I believe the goalie, there was 3 goalies, but 2 of them were stunned out. But here we are, Potato Thing putting that in so quickly. It's happening all so fast.
It is. So all of a sudden, while there were some slower to start goals earlier on in the round, now we still have 3:45 left in the first, and already 11 points. This has ballooned slightly towards. So very still friendly towards a comeback. Only 6 points, but again, that seesaw of momentum that we've seen, it's really here in the favor of Joes.
Yeah, it's great to see in these kind of good matchups. Wow.
Jeez.
Just as I was riffing, talking about something else that nearly went in, as Average Joes now are collecting possession, moving this forward in the arena. That is a loose disc for a while as the stacks perhaps are broadening out there. As we have Marcus trying to get a hold on that, but he is stunned out.
And Ricard there, lost the handles as well, and now we can see the 3 as a result. Oh my goodness, they are indeed in a funk, a G-funk, 14-5.
Sorry, that got me. That was funny.
Hey, you know, it's right now it's like a funk, like a disco. And right now, Echoholics wondering where did the disco? Oh, our goal.
No, you can't stack the puns like that. That's too much for me. Here we have Echoholics moving this out. That is passed over to the tunnel as it's now loose and almost picked up by Average Joes. But they have a second stack, and that second stack did get to the disc. They are now trying to get a possession. Whoa, my word! Right in the pocket. Rakara! Wow. Wow. I'm speechless.
12, 11,
Same. Rakara with a huge shot to get them an injection of life here. Still with a couple of minutes left. What a beautiful hit through the cluttered defense surrounding and finding that open pocket. As now it will be right back to, well, the launch here offensively. The Stacks overshooting a bit, but they get that collected, and defense now in the bubble. They need to clamp down on most of these plays.
And it's Hostile there, resetting, an intelligent decision there to reset it back to the player on the back line, who is moving forward despite having a player on them. Does get a disc passed over to Marcus G. Funk, who sends it up to the player that was cutting. down from shoulder, I believe. But they made it work. It's hostile. Puts that in, assist by Marcus G. Funk. They are now find themselves in an 8-point lead for Average Joes.
And they're turning that hostile territory very much friendly. They are living in that bubble, and they are giving so much trouble here in this first round. An 8-point advantage, but again, as we note, in the first round, it's still all about building towards the next, because you're guaranteed at least the 2. And that's exactly what Echoholics have to focus here. Meanwhile, for Joes, just focus on what they've been doing, which is, say, defending well, passing well, shooting well, defending well again. But another rebound, recovery shot off of a stun. Rakara gets it done, and a hockey assist as well, though, to the goalie being stunned out. Not sure who that was.
11, 10,
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, what a game. What a game. I'm feeling this one. I don't know if it's delirium from still being awake, but wow, the energy, the back and forth performance from both sides. This is just well matched.
Very much so, and Potato Thing, though, trying to close this one out. There's not a lot of time remaining here. They need to search for some quick threes, as it will be recovery now by Chu, but the clock now out, it would look like, as, again, control being maintained on this side of the floor. And so just a matter of time until one more goal. And now we're going to go into that second round where Average Joe's playing well above average in that one. Have to score 18 points. Wow.
Yeah, and 18 meters per second speed on that last shot, which I believe was an anchor as well. That's an incredible performance by Potato Thing in this match.
Yeah, ain't no thing but a potato wing, as the saying goes, more or less. But 11 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 1 steal going there for Potato Thing, along with the 7 stuns. I believe Dimwee calls that bingo for a player. I mean, 1 round, filling all the stat lines.
Amazing. Amazing. What a game. Palidore, got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of something called Fall Fest?
No, I have not, Money Mitch. What is Fall Fest?
I'm so glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you right now. I'm on camera, so let me look up. Bear with me. We're in Fall Fest.
We are in Fall Fest.
We're in it.
We are.
This weekend, is it this week? Probably last weekend. Onward and Pavlov continue their post-season qualifiers. Be sure. Oh no. My bad. Sorry. Ignore all of that.
So,
Are we going in again? No, I got it. November 20th is a day you are not going to want to miss.
What is Fall Fest?
I got it. November 20th is a day you're not going to want to miss. Echo Arena VRML Season 6 Grand Finals for NA, EU, and OCE. This should be one of the biggest shows in VRML history. That's a big statement. It's going to be true. So be sure to tune in for the best Echo Arena you'll see all year. November 20th. It's going to be amazing.
2020, we're going into round 2 now, and plenty action remaining to be sure. So 10 minutes on the clock. Teams lining up their neutral jousts here, and Echoholics trying to close out their Saturday with a 2-0 record, but they've got to win this one first and go to round 3. Average Joes, they are playing so well here.
However, Echoholics have got something to say about that.
Oh, so does
2 points
Potato
up.
Thing.
And Potato Thing as well.
They almost got there. So a good score there. And it sets them on the right foot. I think it's an important thing, Mitch, of just being able to go into the opening minutes of a round with even just 1 or 2 goals of a lead. It's nice being able to be in the position where you're not always playing from behind, it feels like.
Yeah, but also, I want a round 3. I'm really enjoying casting this match. I'm enjoying being here in the room with 3 of the players to my right. I want a round 3, so I am hoping that Echoholics can bring us 2-1.
Absolutely. Just being here at LANs and at casting even online, not to mention here in person now with Echoholics next to me. Like it gives me the itch to play also, right? So I hope it keeps going on also.
Finish it.
We can hear from the players. Finish it. Finish him.
That was Newton Dad saying that.
Newton Dash over calling the Echoholics 20 feet away, saying, "Finish it! Come on, guys! They got it.
Here we have Average Joes coming out now with their possession joust picked up by Marcus G. Funk over to the left. Popcorn on top of the pot was Potato thing. Passing it forward to Marcus G. Funk again, the back and forth as they pass to each other, the 1-2-1-2, as they get this deep into the bubble. Do we have an average Joe to pick up this average floating disc? We have Bakara sending this forward, and average Joe find themselves in possession again, one-on-one with the goalie. Appears, and that goalie is no longer, as they are stunned out. Is Hostile puts that in, assist by Potato Thing.
There you go. It took them a couple of minutes into the second round, but they do have their first goal, and oftentimes, that is all you need. We saw how hot this team could get, scoring 18 points just moments ago in that first round. So that first two, that can be the fuel they need to propel them, as Hostile will get his 4th point there on that shot.
Yeah, I'm having a good time casting this game. This is AB Chew 2 as QB making their way forward, and wow, the front stack, although stunned out, they did a bit of damage there, as we have the average Joes now. That is Marcus G. Funk getting it into the bubble, and we have someone to clean up. That person cleaning up is it, Hostile.
Wow, so again, one of those cases where some early momentum being built, but then the other team answering here with Joes. There's that seesaw in great effect in the first 3 minutes of this round. I see it, you saw it, and it's a good match.
Very good match. It's a very good match. Here we have AB Chew passing over to the right tunnel, where we have Sir Captain Spoon. He tries to get that across to his teammate Smooth Riding. Smooth Riding does collect this, and looks as he has 3 players causing him problems there, but it's okay. So he gets it over to Bakara. Bakara passing it over to the right. Do we have a collection here? We have average Joes trying to clear it through, but back and forth. Smooth Riding picking this up again from mid. We are now in the half of average Joes. Average Joes setting up to defend this. They can't quite, as a disc reset back to Smooth Riding. Smooth Riding moving into the bubble there and challenged as he enters the bubble there.
And unfortunately didn't have too many options there in the front, but he did have Chew there in the back to recover, rebound, send, and safe and sound in Spoon's arms, but could not convert the shot on the finish. And just beyond the grasp there of Smooth. Come on, you had plenty of play space. You could just kidding. But they will miss it with a ding, and that's going to be right back to the mid zone again in this 2-point game.
Beyond the mid zone, it's all the way to the bubble, and Sir Captain Spoon is there to just pop that in. Just pop that in. Someone else did the hard work getting the disc up the field. He was just there to just finish off.
Knowing the type of player that Spoon is, I was half expecting him to just go for the little extra sauce and maybe headbutt it, maybe take the chance. But at the same time, I respect the idea of, okay, let's go for the guarantee here. Let's make sure we secure this lead that we built up early, because they're starting to come back for the Joes.
Yeah, they're 100% coming back. They've played incredibly well in this second round. But saying that, average Joes find themselves approaching the bubble here. We have Potato Thing juking around, taking that shot on target, but AB Chew is used to being in goal as he saves that and gets it forward. Right now we have the disc into the half of average Joes who have collected themselves.
And down the floor goes. They need to collect themselves on the stacks because that goal is still exposed and will be sent out there into the trap where it's recovered by Spoon. Spoon's able to send a deep fling that bounces high and wide as it goes back into the bubble. Creating are the players on that disc, and everyone now in this mad scramble for the disc, continuing to play some ping pong, some pinball. The shot long, it does fall, and we got him here in autumn, 11-4.
Close the front door. That was insane. Sir Captain Spoon is having such a good game. That was one example of that. That was a 3-point shot just underneath the shield. Underarm. They're not easy to do. But he made it look easy.
It's what he does. Uncanny is Sir Captain. That's why I'm saying I'm expecting to make just the craziest stuff because he does it consistently. But here we will have Dirty Mustard looking for some consistency on their end, trying to find that pass. Look at that. No wasted motions. Didn't hang too long on the barrier, didn't hang too long trying to think. No, just got the disc, immediately pushed out before the defense can do anything and shot it. And that quickness got to the goal.
Yeah, I would call that textbook. That was a textbook cut into the bubble with the player in the right position at the right time, jumping off their anchor, receiving it, and pop into the goal. Beautiful.
Indeed, and then some nice stuns on the stacks there. Echoholics able to basically break them up and just free up these passing lanes in the midfield to get them some more opportunities. Has a good soft one over to Chew and goes right down. Will be rebounded, sent back over again. The comms on points and one of the points on point. That is the point.
Yeah, Echoholics are doing incredible in the second round. I don't know what to change, but they changed something. Look at this lead right now.
Oh, I'm looking. Oh, and it is good looking. Yep. What's up, 13-6. And we're looking like a round 3 could be likely unless the average Joes can, well, find their mojo again. I'm sorry. Okay, so you're saying it's no mojos. I'm breaking our casting crew here.
No, up in the room. Up in the room. Here we are. We have Echoholics doing some down. Oh, that was an attempt by Smooth Riding there, trying to use the backboard to get that in. It was just a tad too low. But Echoholics find themselves in possession here. This is AB2 getting forward. Smooth Riding. Looking for that down, but doesn't need it as he just drops that in to the top pocket of that goal.
Smooth riding, smooth sailing, 15-6. Incredible work here from Echoholics to rebound after a tough first round loss, and looking like, I mean, I mentioned how much momentum a team has to have to score 18 points in a round like Average Joe's did. I mean, Echoholics look like they might be matching that soon, and they still have 2 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. You say it's a tough loss, but that's what they're making it look like the other way around now, as they're doing incredible in the second round. Sir, Captain, Spoon takes their time, sends it deep clear forward, and that is picked up by the Average Joe's. Dirty Mustard passing over to the right. Tunnel, does he have someone to collect that? He does! Potato Fin collected that, taking that shot. It was lined up, but it was a little too low there, but can they clean up? Yeah, wow! It's Hostile puts that in.
But with a flourish as well, the windmill of sorts to just evade the impending steal on the diving defender. So Hostile putting some swell moves there in order to secure them another goal here with 1:30 remaining in this second round.
What a game to cast, what a round we're watching right here as AB2 takes that time passing over to the right wall where we have Sir Captain Spoon moving forward, going through the tunnel in mid, unchallenged, so he takes the time and looks to line that up, and it was lined up! 31 meters away from the goal. Long bounce shot indeed as that went in. Clean, so clean. There's nothing lucky about that. The players are going so lucky. No, that was clean.
Sometimes it's going to be lucky, and sometimes it's going to be spoon.
Sometimes it's going to be lucky, sometimes it's good to be Spoon, as Newton has just said beside me. I could not agree more. Like I said, as Hostile makes a goal here in the last 43 seconds, it's like I said, there are certain players in this league that I see certain things too much from to buy into the idea that it could be luck or coincidence. Some people are skillfully lucky, and Spoon just does the most uncanny things on a pretty regular basis.
And here we are with 20 seconds left on the clock. Echoholics find themselves in possession as they move forward and try and put that in so quickly, but it just dings, and we have Average Joe's now in possession again, moving us forward as a loose piss picked up by Sir Captain Spoon taking that shot, and it's picked up on the back line by Average Joe's sending that down with 2 seconds left on the clock as they put that in. Wow.
And hey, if we're going by beer league rules, last shot wins, but I don't think we are in this case. It's 18-12, and it will be a third round impending here for our final match, at least here on the live Toronto casting end of the night. And hey, 2 great matches to end on so far. Round 3 at that for this one. So Average Joe's anxious to see now how they react. Similar to the Echoholics, they were able to come back after that tough first round loss and score in bunches. So Average Joe's, they just got to be able to do the same kind of thing here. And I'm gonna throw it out there again. OT, round 3. It seems like the small handful of casts that I have been able to do, I've had a lot of OTs. So I'm just trying to make it happen here for one more tonight.
I mean, it's so like storybook what's going on here. Echoholics, they had a rough first round and they've really turned it around in the second round. It's not like they won by 2 points, that you see quite often. Sometimes if you're beaten in the first round, you can bring it back, but just by a couple. They really turned the dial the other way and put on an incredible performance. I'm loving this matchup. This is a really good matchup.
Yeah, you said it there. Again, going by the VRML timings, for instance, I always cite the idea that first to 20 wins essentially, or even if you're just close to 20, really, the main idea behind that whole concept is just for any team to be able to score that much in the first place means they're probably pretty dang hot. And to a degree that is not typical. So if you can approach that 20-point mark or beyond, you're definitely in a good offensive zone. And you've seen it now from both teams, able to really fire off in bunches in different ways between the two rounds. So, this one, it could be 40-40 by the end of it. I don't know. We're going to get an OT, though. You'll see.
So, Palidore, you were saying earlier about being here, being in the room and casting these games. It's getting you a bit excited about Echo in general, reigniting that spark, and you even mentioned something about playing again. Oh no, you are, aren't you?
Yeah, no, yeah. I played today. I played in NEPA the last couple seasons as well. But yeah, enjoy. So when I say spark, I mean Spark by IgniteVR.gg. But I also mean, believe me. No, the spark for Echo itself has never been lost. But it's just more so I guess it adds fire to an existing flame, I guess I should say, right? Being able to come back and be surrounded by nothing but your Echo friends, best friends, for family, essentially, for 4 days in a row. And that's why, again, with each of these progressive ones, and I've been to, I think, 6 or 7 Echo events, not all of them lands per se, but events this year. And with each one, you're seeing new first-timers come to these events. And then in the next events following, you see them for a second time, a third time. It's kind of a bug, and once you experience it, you kind of understand why we rave about it so much whenever we go back home and go back on Discord and all the social media, and why you are sitting here in this desk, very, very jet lagged because you needed to be here for this event.
The thing is, it's different but the same, and let me explain that point. It's the same because it's the same people, it's the same players, it's the same community. Yeah. But it's different because you're in the same room. Like right now, if we were casting online, like I'd look to the left, there'd be no one there. But right now, you're physically here, and I can feed off your energy as we're casting here, and I can see the players, I can feed off their energy as well. It's just electric.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw I'm sure everyone who watched the streams earlier, you can hear earlier in the day. Again, minding is 10 p.m. here, so things winding down and moving out of the real life arena into Toronto, basically. A lot of players now doing all kinds of things together, outside of the arena, enjoying their weekend. So it's a little bit more of a chill environment in the play space compared to earlier, but. Man, when it's going, it got raucous at points with some of those matches, some of the shots, the celebrations of players yelling. I contributed to some of that yelling when I was playing earlier. I decided to channel 2018 Eclipse comms and shout out Simeon and Lemming. It didn't work, we didn't win, but it was fun to kind of rehash that a little bit and get back to the core of what my early LAN experiences were, because sometimes it's just fun to be here and shout.
Literally every throw literally saving one.
Yeah, agreed. It's great to shout and not get told off by your flatmates or family or whoever. It's quite nice to be able to have that space where you can jump and shout and scream and...
I think it's a song. Scream and shout and something like that. But look, if anyone... I don't know.
There's giggles in the room.
I don't know if that was a laugh at my joke, but I'll pretend it was. But
11.
if anyone's gonna punish you for yelling too much and say, "Hey, keep it down there, caster," it'd probably be me. And if I'm the one doing it, well, I can't say anything now, can I? So let's go, blasting off into a third and final round. Echoholics on the blue, and over in orange, it's the Average Joes, seeing if they can reach that law of averages and get back to where they were in that first round with a shot of bound, but two with a save. And nothing new there. Down the floor it goes, and defense to start things off.
Yeah, what a start. There was some finesse on that shot attempt there, but the defense of Echoholics was a little too strong for it, and we have the disc out in the Echoholics end. Here is the Average Joser putting that in. It's Hostile, collects that loose disc, and moves it into the goal.
Hostile really doing a lot of damage here these last couple of rounds, as I want to say I recall in the first round, I believe only 2 points. I think. and then in the second round started popping off, and all I know is I've been seeing that name a lot lighting up on the scoreboard by the end of these plays, so definitely a threat they need to address.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Here we have Smooth Riding now. On top of the pop, moving over to the left, looking for his pass options. But he doesn't need it because there's no one in his space right now. He waits for the contest to be stunned out, but perhaps the timing was just a little bit off there as Rakara picks this up again for Echoholics. Pass over to someone in the bubble, and that person gets stunned out. We have Rakara again holding this. Getting a pass over, this is bouncing up and it's collected by Smooth Rider. Smooth Rider gets it down below where we have A, B, shoot. Pass over to Rakara. Rakara puts that in. What a play. What a team play. What a team effort there. That was beautiful.
You know, I was getting ready there to say, okay, well, let's give a hockey assist to Rakara for whoever scored that goal, because she was in the right position multiple times to get them that play to work. And then, hey, it found her at the end of the day for the finish anyways. The teammates rewarding the effort, essentially, and buying them those first 2 points. Nice start now for the Echoholics to get to the scoreboard.
And that's the kind of thing that comes with chemistry. That's something I was actually going to ask you about, because I'm EU, I'm from a different region, so I don't know these players too well. I'm assuming Echoholics have played together quite a bit, because their chemistry is just on point.
Oh yes, they are a team known for playing every game possible in terms of challenge matches, scrims.
Right.
They do not let up if they can ever help it, and most times, even if they can't help it, they still find a way. They are high chemistry. They've been together for 4 seasons, or since season 4.
Wow. I mean, it really is showing, because they are just so synced up. But Average Joe's picked this up right now. Pass over to the left side. Is there someone to collect that on the Average Joe's? We have an Echoholic hand throwing it over to another Echoholic player. But Average Joe's do disrupt that and any kind of build-up that was going to be there, as Average Joe sent this all the way into the bubble with its bouncing there. But Echoholics are there to slap it out.
All right, so just deadlocked at the 2 scores, or 2 points per piece for a team. Trying to change the rhythm now as they go. There's the rhythm, there's the beat. It's Fab Chu, and he gets it done for the 3 again. I was just saying between games,
11, 10.
as the wind chimes. Who put wind chimes in the arena, by the way, here in Toronto? I mean, it is a windy city, but, you know, no Chicago's. No Chicago's, but it is a windy city. So, you know what? You gave me some nostalgia there, because that was a very Dimwee thing that just happened. So it's as if he's right next to me.
All right, we're back in the room. Echoholics are putting this forward right now. There's passing behind the goal. Average Joe's picking this up right now, clearing it forward. Do they have the stack to collect the disc? They do have that stack, and it's Hostel takes that shot into the goal. It's bouncing off of Nest, and it's Hostel gets hold of it again, getting over to his teammate. Potato Things in the right place at the right time, finishing that off inside the bubble, puts that in. That where does that put them? They're still behind, but by only 1 point, and they've still got well over 5 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, let me tell you, Potato Thing has just been a bottled rocket here across the rounds. You mentioned already had a point in every category of stats, and after the first round, currently that trend, I mean, continuing with 17 points, 2 assists, 4 saves, as Rakara now trying to get that pass over on the cutting player, but rebound, another cut, and another save. Potato Thing, speak of the devil loves french fries today. Don't look too much into it. I don't know what it means either.
You can't drop a pun like that and then pass it on to me.
You know what? Just put some dirty mustard on it. I don't know. Oh, he just did. 6-5 here, favoring the Average Joes.
Here we are, Echoholics coming out now right now, picking this disc up. We have A, B, Chew, 2. Passing over to the right tunnel, we have Sir Captain Spoon is unchallenged, so takes their time as they float forward. Looking at the teammates also floating in line. It's passed over, not quite collected, just slipped out of the hand. A Smooth Ride in there, but we have Average Joe stacked up, clearing this forward, picked up on the back line, but Rakara is doing an incredible job on the back line in this game overall. Smooth Riding, passing over to a player underneath the goal, puts that in, and unfortunately Potato Thing gets the credit for that own goal there.
Yeah, just careens right off the dome. Dome? Hello? Franz?
7, 6,
Sports?
5, 4,
Lands in? Dome? Anyway, right off the dome, and we've got 4 minutes left in what is a 1-point match in the third round. Just saying, we're kind of on track for the maybe OT that I talked about. We'll see though.
You're a bit of a mystic mech, aren't you?
A little bit.
Here we have Potato Thing moving into the bubble right now. He's almost done that, got it, but it doesn't really matter. It's still winning. Potato Thing puts that in. I didn't actually see who the player was who did the stun out there, but great job distracting the goalie. Assisting that there.
And Potato, full throttle. 19 points to their name. 5 saves, 3 assists. I'm immensely impressed with what I'm seeing on that end. Each of these goals down, we're in the depths of the third round, each of these are clutch goals at this point. It's all high pressure.
High pressure indeed. High pressure indeed with 3 minutes left on this third round with only 1 point in it. So we have Marcus G. Funk passing it out and picked up on the back line, but smooth riding, moving forward, getting someone on the floor there who's now stunned out. Average Joe clearing this out.
Yeah, that was some mustard on that Spoon, it looked like. And now getting the clear out. Back to Spoon, who apparently got a leech. So back to Chew, and Chew back to threes. And we are back to the past and back to the future, which is looking good at the moment for Echoholics.
Wow. AB Chew 2. That was great effort. Let's see how Average Joes respond to this as they come out for their possession joust, find themselves 2 points down now. That is an interesting play. They bounced it down in the trench in the back that was prepared, but Echoholics don't care. Bakara doing what she does best, picking up those interceptions, passing over to Smooth Riding holds it now.
And we'll back it out wisely here to Chew, but maybe rushed the pass back a little much, and it was read quite well. So Dirty Mustard down the floor, bouncing, might have had a chance, but look at all the stacks, all the players arriving right in the goal at the same time, wasting 0 seconds to get going, as they now, waste a couple, as they will be picked up though by Potato Thing. Nice stun as well from Marcus to enable Potato the extra opportunity to breathe and find a good pass.
Average Joes are playing very aggressive here. They had 4 players jump the disc there upfield. They're really looking to get some points here as they find themselves 2 points down with 1 minute 45 seconds to go here. They're leaving that goal open, but they are back retreating, setting up, and we have It's Hostile clear this forward.
So into the trap stacks, trying to get together, but it looked good until it wasn't. That's going to break the hearts here of Average Joes, but they will still put it together for a rebound. A fortuitous bounce gets to Potato Thing, who now is finding the right words pass. They've got the lineup of players, but the defense coming in. Bakara, the stuns, and they need to capitalize on this. They can ice the game potentially with a shot here, but no, just too fast are the Average Joes. It goes back and forth in a flurry.
Can they put this in right now? And they do. Marcus G. Funk puts that in. There was a goalie back in time, but their hands weren't in the right place, perhaps. As Marcus G. puts that in, equalizing the game. There's less than a minute to go.
And you see how quickly that Marcus got there. Not just G-Funk, he had G-Fuel in his system, getting the job done. We're 10 to 10. Now, I am not saying that I'm Prometheus, and I know that's the incorrect term. I just wanted to be funny. But it's Smooth riding with a disc now, and we are eyeing an OT unless a score happens here soon. And Smooth makes it happen, and Chew finishes the job. A dirty deed indeed. And it's 12 to 10 with only 23 seconds. This is coming down to the very last wire.
Palidore, is it possible? Is it going to happen?
It's possible.
Is it going to happen?
It's possible.
Are they about to score 2 points right now?
Do I ever tell a lie?
Never.
We got 10 seconds. We've got a launch that is so very important here. Some excellent passes. Now that does get over to the corner and into the goal, but no one there to capitalize. And the defense clamping down, and that's the round, and that is the sound of a very satisfied Echoholics squad, and also probably pretty tired. 12 to 10. Congrats. And Average Joes also. What a performance. That was a phenomenal game to end off here tonight. I loved every bit of that. Every bit of that.
1000%. That was intense. I thought it was going to happen. I thought they were going to score that too with like the 5 seconds to go. It was really, the passes were so quick up high in the arena. They got it up forward. If they just had another player on shield or somewhere set up. Wow.
Yeah, I was right. And again, just like the last game as well, all players hanging behind here after the game, well beyond the end of the regulation, and just good sports, talking, congratulating GGs. Always things I love to see. I know it gets a little tumultuous sometimes out there, Echo community, but I believe in your ability to do just that.
No,
It's nice to see.
If you played in a game like that, you would want to stick around.
One of my favorite things, maybe more podcast material, one of the favorite things I've seen at LANs in general, and I realize, again, not LAN Match and Average Joes aren't here in person right now, but hopefully one day. One of my favorite things is the fact that I've seen over the course of my 15, 16 events that I've been to over the last 5 years of Echo, I've seen so many beefs and rivalries, and or people who maybe don't get along great online or just avoid each other, whatever. I've seen it. Once they're in person, they play each other. They sweat it out here, across basically 30 feet of room separating them. People going out for lunch, dinner together, and stuff. It really makes you remember that, hey, we're not actually all robots, even though we are an Echo. The human factor really brings people together, and one of my favorite parts about Echo, for anyone who knows me, the whole aspect of the friendship and just the togetherness, the best parts, indeed. So, cheers to all the players here today who are still all in the arena, and it's been a fun time.
That was beautiful. You put that beautifully. Yeah, it is about the people. It is about the people, the humans. We're not just avatars. These are real people with real stories, and this is how we're choosing to connect.
The timing, I want to note the timing on Brakara's laugh was really bad because it was it felt like she was laughing at my serious moment there. But no, everyone there having a great time. Newton Dad, thank you for going overtime hours to make this match happen. This cast happen, that is.
Can we get an applause in the room?
Expects double the pay for this one. I will pay you and double the love.
Thank you.
All right, Mitch, any final words here for your jet-lagged self? I'm sure you're anxious to get some sleep.
I am anxious to get some sleep. I appreciate everyone watching this as well. This is what it's about. Community, the players in the arena, sure, the casters, the faces you have on the screen, but it's you guys in the comments that keep it alive. It's you making comments. If you're shy about making comments, just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Say something, get that conversation going, because that's what it's about. It's about people, and people includes you, whoever you are.
Even me?
No, me. Sorry.
What's Fall Fest? Anyway, 12 to 10, and on the final round, that's it for us tonight. Congrats to the Echoholics. Congrats to everyone extending back to earlier in the day who played and advanced to day 2, which of course will be beginning at the same time tomorrow. We'll be looking at 12 Eastern, and you'll have the exciting conclusion of our fantastic LAN event here, the first of its sort at all here in Canada for Echo Arena. And so far so good. Pleasure to do it. Multinational event, casts, games, all of the above. So for all of you guys at home, as always, all the love. And thanks for joining. I've been Palidore. That's been Money Mitch. We've got 3 of the 4 Echoholics over there. Hello to Spoon at home, and Newton Dad on the cams to my left. And that'll do it for us here today. So be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be true to each other. And I'll see you again real soon.